There is a lot of fog, which means it could impact your commute to work this morning. So we do have live team coverage for you.
That's right. Nicole Hernandez is in the KREM 2 Storm Tracker, giving you a live look at the roads and even some tips for driving in all of this fog.
But before we head out to Nicole, let's get to meteorologist Jeremy Legoo in the Outdoor Weather Center to talk about this fog. And Jeremy, I know over the weekend, the fog in the early morning hours even caused some slick conditions. Are we dealing with any of that today?
Oh yeah, but right now the fog's kind of coming and going. It is going to be slick if you find yourself in some of that thicker fog, but look downtown. Visibility has improved greatly from when Nicole was out there giving us a look there even just a half an hour ago. And that is as it kind of lifts, and it's going to come back down, so be ready for it. Right now, sit up 30 degrees at the airport, not too bad. 26 in Coeur d'Alene, 27 in Sandpoint, and 29 in Moses Lake. It is a slightly cool morning. This is about where we should be this time of year, but look what's going on. We have visibility starting to drop down in the Palouse, starting to drop out in Airway Heights. Deer Park, it's a slight improvement, but Coeur d'Alene, you're in some thick fog, and this is kind of how it's going to work. You're going to go, oh, it's getting better, and then because it gets better, it gets worse. I know that sounds counterintuitive, but that's kind of the way fog works. So as we move through the morning, expect it to kind of ebb and flow. For that reason, we have our dense fog advisory in place until 1 p.m. across much of the inland northwest, mainly central and eastern Washington. You get into Coeur d'Alene, you'll find some of that as well. You're heading over to the west side. It's foggy there this morning too. We've got some cloud cover currently overrunning some of that fog, and that's as a slight disturbance tries sliding its way through North Idaho and western Montana. That moves out rather quickly, and what winds up happening for us is we clear out back behind it. So we have a chance of seeing some sunshine later today, a little bit unlike what we saw over the weekend. But over the weekend, there were some breaks in that fog. Throughout the day, we'll be looking for those and letting you know where you can find them because we're back in the fog as we head into the afternoon. But I do think we see sunshine tonight, but for now, it's fog coming and going. And Nicole, looks like we've got some slight improvement currently. But what are things looking like as you take to the road?
Jeremy, yeah, like you mentioned, in the last half hour, things are definitely looking better, but right now we're in Airway Heights where there's still a good amount of fog on the road, so I want to give you a look right now. This morning, we're definitely seeing fogs. We're on Rambo right now in Airway Heights, and this is a dark road with not many lights, and we're definitely having some visibility issues. This is Al's party trick here that he wants to kind of show off. There you go. You can see with those high beams. No cars are coming at us, so we're able to do this right here for this second. You can see how much fog you can see with those bright lights shining right there, and that exactly there is why you don't want to put your high beams on when you are driving in fog any worse than this, and that reflection will just reflect straight back into your eyes and actually make that visibility worse. You can see we can see even further with those high beams off than we can with them on. So definitely a big tip to driving in the fog if you do end up in a patch this morning. Like we've been saying, it's kind of comes and goes depending on where you're driving, so you could be perfectly fine 1 minute and the next end up in a patch of fog. So just be extra careful. Give yourself extra time this morning to get out the door, and of course give yourself extra room between you and other cars, of course, because that visibility can become an issue so quickly when that fog hits. So if you have a place that's extra foggy, if you wake up and it's foggy near you, text us 509-448-2000. We'll head that direction and see what it looks like in your area. In Spokane, Nicole Hernandez, KREM 2 News.